up is. So like Vivi is like honestly my start, considering Vivi is Vivi. Which is funny because I met Vivi because I made Marjan start streaming. It's like a whole cascading effect. Like honestly, if I had to put it in the steps, Vivi is my favorite non-IRL player person that I have met through streaming. Yeah, exactly. You were the gate to everything. Like I've never seen her in person, but she, like if it wasn't for Vivi, I wouldn't have met so many other people who have like kickstarted what I am doing. Like if I ever get fucking full.
So if you since you're quote unquote a chef, if you were to put Vivi as a food, what kind of food would she be?
She would be one of the mother sauces, the one that like if you're making shit from scratch, you would need to understand her as a basis in order to do anything else that's worth the damn.
Okay, can you give me a dish as an example?
Bechamel, velouté, anything that has a sauce that goes accompanying it or that will help build onto something, that'll be Vivi.
Okay, I see that.
So like,
what about Fairy?
Fairy's like an exotic sauce. She's here, she's chaotic. I love when she's here, but she doesn't necessarily add anything to it unless I want her to.
Okay. What's one dish that comes to mind?
So for Vivi, she'd be like that high class condiment, even that's necessarily a condiment. So like for me, I like hot sauce. Vivi would be my hot sauce, or actually no, more accurately for me personally, I'll make her ranch because I put ranch on everything, or at least a lot of things. So Vivi would be like my ranch. I was like, not Vivi. Fairy would be my ranch. She doesn't add to any. Like she adds to a lot of things, but she's not necessary. Vivi is like my necessary step to actually hitting that point, which puts her above Fairy from a foundational support. But again, I wouldn't have met a lot of people if it wasn't for Vivi. Which is funny considering I also wouldn't have met Vivi if I didn't get Marjan fucking streaming. I'm not ranking, he's asking questions, so I had to think about it like 2% seriously. Honestly, I love y'all equally.
He's capping and he's buying you. He has a rank system.
No, shut the fuck up. Fuck him. You're all important.
He's lying to you. Okay, don't believe him.
Thank you, Fairy. Fairy, I feel like Fairy understands. Like, as weird as it randomly was, Vivi is my foundation, Fairy is my spice. That's how I look at it. I don't know how, as a cook, I don't know how I would put fucking Samo, because Samo does so much. If I had to put Samo as a spice, she's garlic. Samo is garlic for me. Like, I don't know why, but for reason, garlic salt, garlic powder, it seems to fit every fucking thing as like a way as a
that makes sense.
So like, Samo is my garlic.
Samo
is the skeleton maybe. I agree with that, but no, if I had to put a specific word, Samo is my garlic. I use garlic for every fucking thing as a cook. Especially since my executive chef loves fucking fajita, which is just garlic, salt, and salt.
Now we're talking about fajita, like the sizzling one.
Yes, my fucking executive chef loves fajita. Yeah, no, my executive chef loves fajita seasoning. So like, which is just garlic salt, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and a little, and like like 3 more things that aren't as important. But yeah, he puts fucking fajita on everything. That is a good thing, can help me realize how much garlic actually helps enhance a lot of things. Like garlic and salt work really well together for like most base shit. But yeah. Like, I would never put one of y'all above the other because y'all all have different fucking enhancements. I love Vivi. I love Vivi for foundation because she leads me to other things. Jokingly enough, Fairy I love for chaos. You're fucking fun chaos, and Samo for like everything weirdly in between. She keeps me grounded, but at the same time she's completely overboard. If I were to make all y'all mods, if I were to actually grow, y'all all do little things for each other.
True.
Yep. Like, I feel like I have a decent foundation if I ever actually start growing again. The problem is, Vivi's work schedule is so fucking interesting. I don't want to say trash, cause like life is life. It's so interesting. Vivi wouldn't be able to do much for me as a mod, but again, I heavily believe like I would not be where I am if it wasn't for Vivi introducing me to Puppet.
Mm.
Which is how I know I'm not drunk. Cause if I was drunk, I wouldn't be able to articulate that properly.
So
But
I haven't had the
again,
chance.
uh-huh.
I haven't had the chance to play the fast move events. What's different on you?
The Fatmo event has not started yet. It will start in 2 days. Oh, it starts on the 30th.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I thought it already started.
Nah, it starts on the 30th. But now,
Got it.
considering like it was like a weird articulation for me and Vivi. Like I streamed the most out of all my quote unquote IRL friends. And then I got Poofy Mau Mau to start streaming, but originally between Poofy Mau Mau and fucking Bear, they started looking into the Discord and Poofy Mau Mau met Vivi. And then Vivi met me through Poofy Mau Mau. Which is hilarious because like me and Vivi are both super awkward people who don't know how to talk to people, funnily enough, like articulately. But we still managed to click enough that she was like, hey, you should check out Puppet. And then I met Puppet, and like Puppet's my boy. And then from Puppet met Samo. And it just cascades from there.
Mm.
Like, so like, I'm still at the point where I'm like, do I cascade it from starting from me? Because I'm the one who started streaming first from my friend group, or do I cascade it from Poofy, who introduced me to Vivi? I honestly don't know.
If you wanna talk about the glue in the group, I think it's Ed. Ed is the one who's like
No,
introducing people to all the other people.
I mean yes and no. It depends on how far back you want to go. Cause like Ed introduced me to Anthony, which would eventually introduce me to Marjan. But Marjan would have not have started streaming if it wasn't for me. And me streaming introduced Marjan to streaming, which introduced her to Vivi. So like, who do you actually give credit to? That is the problem. Cause like, interrelational relationships are very strange that way.
I mean, in that case, they just turned this into a tree. The root was Ed. You were like a part of one of the roots, so on and so forth.
Exactly, but I feel like that gives Ed too much credit. He was just there. All Ed did was technically, all Ed did was
Okay,
introduce
then
me to.
let's put Ed as a seed. Fuck, that's all there is. He's just there,
possible.
a fucking seed.
Like Shapoopy introduced me to Anthony, but like even then, you had to, if you think of the timeline, me and Anthony were friends long before me and Marjan started streaming together. I streamed before Marjan streamed, like by a good 2 or 3 years.
Mm.
But if Marjan didn't start streaming, I'm fairly certain that I would not have met Vivi. Because Marjan is a lot more social than I am.
Mm.
So I'm like,
Understandable.
So it's like, it's really weird. It's like, who do we actually give credit to? If I didn't meet Anthony, I wouldn't have met Marjan. But if I didn't start streaming, Marjan wouldn't have started streaming. Because even now, I'm the only one out of the quote-unquote streamers that I IRL friend group who's still streaming consistently. Like, Ed don't stream consistently. He's just now starting again. Marjan don't stream, like, at all. Ed is... and that's it.
Speaking of Ed, what the fuck happened to his PC? Like, what's the real reason?
Oh, he wanted to go bougie, for lack of a better term. He did water cooling instead of fan cooling, because that's the two main ways you do CPU cooling. CPU's not GPU cooling, and his water cooling cracked out. It ran out of water, so it exploded, for lack of better terms. So he needs a new cooling device. So either he goes fan cooling or he goes water cooling, but it broke. So now he has to get a new cooling system in order for his PC to work.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. I'm sorry to say.
I'm not really necessarily being a dumbass. It's just, I don't want to say it because he's a dumbass. It's just that Ed likes to go cheap until shit breaks, and unfortunately, I as smart as Ed is about being a sibling, he's not necessarily smart. That's the only way I can put it. I'm not trying to call him stupid, but it's just like shit happen is outside of his areas of expertise. But he's smart enough to understand that, and he starts trying to learn at least a little bit about it. So it broke, and he doesn't necessarily know how to fix it without fixing it.
I don't have shad. Fuck.
That's the best way
I'm
I can put
playing.
it.
I'm playing, bitch.
Like, no, you're fine. It's just like so. Ed wanted a water cooling because water cooling is quote unquote the best cooling for your GPU and your CPU, which is true. But once it breaks, it's kind of FML, like my life.
Mm,
And that's the problem. It's just
you're
like
doing. You're doing
like,
fans, right?
yeah, I do fans because the difference between fans and water cooling is very negligible until you get to higher qualities, and it's kind of and you're fine for the most part. Fans are consistent, but they're not as strong. Water cooling is better, and it takes up less space. But if it fucks up, you're kind of screwed. And that's what
Got
happened.
it.
His fucking water cooling broke out of fucking nowhere. Which is funny considering his PC specs is roughly around the same page as mine is.
Okay, so he just didn't have enough info
I
on his
blame
current
more
setup.
on he's always like I feel like the right answer is that he's always tweaking, but he wasn't tweaking for about the past 2 years, and he'll say it himself in one of the good shit. And just sometimes bad lucks happen. Just like case in point for me, this might give me TOS. I doubt it, but like I don't use Windows. You could buy Windows for your PC, which is what you're supposed to do. Which is why Windows has
I mean,
that thing. But I got a
there's
pirated. I have a pirated Windows that me and Gabe set up about 3 years ago now, and it's treating me just fine. As always, nickeling for that person, he's nickeling and diming. He's finding what works best for him at the cheapest price, which isn't wrong at times. But once things fuck up, you have no fallback for shit to easily fix. So you have to go through the extra steps of fixing it. It's like cheating the system, but not like cheating the system.
I understand.
It's like 1 plus 2 equals fucking 3, but how do you get to 3 is sometimes different than 1 plus 2. That's pretty much how
You
I
divide
think.
or multiply.
Or you just do 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's how Ed usually operates because he's trying to be cheaper. It's not always right, but it's not always wrong. That's the thing. That's more about like I understand Ed better than most of our friend group because Ed is at the end of the day he is a salesman and he's a hustler. It's not bad, but that's how I categorize him in my brain so that when he starts talking nonsense, it normally clicks for me.
Got it.
And if there's anything you need to know about Shapoopy, is you don't overthink. You think one thing only. What is the fastest way from A to B? That is how he's thinking. It's not necessarily malicious, but yeah, it's like how you get from A to B. That's how he's gonna think. And then there's all the variables that's between A and B. It's like what's the cheapest, what's the fastest, but at the end of the day, it's A to B.
Okay, no shad in that draw. That's fucked.
I'm gonna go politely pee. It is Fifi's birthday.
Alright, go
if you want to
pee.
go, yeah. If you want to go.
Happy
say something.
birthday, Fifi!
Yeah, it's Fifi's. If it's not Fifi's birthday, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 9%. Yeah, it's Fifi's birthday. Okay. Aries life.
Alright, where is she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Is she still streaming? She's still streaming. Where you
Yeah,
at?
she just started streaming. She should be about 40 minutes in right now.
Dicey, dude.
An hour and 55.
Katana. Abe. Wait, do I not have Fifi followed? That's fucked.
I didn't even have my Aries
That's...
girl.
No, I do have her follow. Why she's not showing up? She's not streaming! What do you mean? Oh, it's Fifi. Wait, where's just Fifi though?